Hello, my youngsters. Welcome to your quantitative class with Mr. Ehege. In this quantitative class, we will be looking at exercise 24. Alright, exercise 24 has 4 sessions. Alright, section A, B, C, and D. So, let's begin. Here is the section A. Alright, in section A we'll be making use of imaginary number. There is section B also, where we trace up section C. Then we also have section D. Alright, so these are the 4 sessions in this exercise 24. Alright, now let's go back to section A. Now in this section A, look at the symbol W. It stands for addition and an imaginary number 12. Alright, so we are going to make use of imaginary number 12 and addition sign. Alright, so let's begin. For example, if we are to do the first one, which is 3 and 9, the first thing to do is to add. Alright, so we have 9 plus 3, and that will give us 12. So we then divide this result 12 by the imaginary number 12. So 12 divided by 12 will give us 1. Alright, so 12 divided by 12 is 1. So that is why 1 is written. Now the next one is 16 and 8. So 16 plus 8, that gives us 24. Alright, so the imaginary number, remember, is 12. So we divide 24 by the imaginary number 12. So 24 divided by 12 gives us a 2. So that is why the answer for the second one is 2. For the last one, we have 14 and 6. Alright, so 14 plus 6. Alright, that gives us 20. Now the next step is to divide the 20 by the imaginary number 12. Alright, so 20 divided by imaginary number 12 gives us 1. Remainder 8. Alright, so that is going to be 1 remainder 8, the answer to that third question. Now let's go to section B. In section B, we are going to be tracing. Alright, so the first thing we are going to try to do is to understand how to trace. For example, if we are to trace EA, we trace E from the side and A from the top. Alright, that gives us the number at the point where they meet. You see, that is how to get the number. So that is 4. Alright, so we can also try to trace others. For example, we can trace FB, alright, like that, and then we trace B from the top, and that gives us the number 9. So FB is 9. See, so then the last number there is 3. Alright, we traced EB. Alright, when you do that, you are going to get 3. So that is why the number there is 3. So on the other side too, we can as well trace the numbers as we have them there. For example, that is 6. Okay, so that is why 6 is written there. Alright, now we can also trace another one, FC. Alright, and that gives us a 7. FC is 7. So 7 is written there. So you trace. So that is it, like that. So we can keep on tracing. Now let's look at section C. In this section C, we have to multiply the extreme numbers and add or subtract the numbers at the middle. Alright, the number on the right is added while the one on the left is subtracted. So for example, you can multiply 5 by 4. Alright, because they are the extreme numbers. But the number at the middle on the right hand side is 1. So you add 1 to whatever you get. Alright, so the number on the right is added a plus. But the number on the left is usually subtracted, like the one in the second example. Alright, so let's get started with the first one. 5 and 4 and the plus 1 on the other side. So we have 5 times 4, that gives us 20. Alright, so 20 plus 1, that will give us 21. So that is how you get the number on the right hand side. So the answer is 21. Okay, now we are going to consider the next question there. Alright, the 6 and the 5 and the 1 on the left, which signifies a minus 1. Alright, so there's a 1 at the middle on the left hand side that signifies a minus 1. So how do we solve this? First, remember you must multiply. So 6 times 5 gives us 30. So 30, we subtract 1 from 8, and so we're gonna get 29. So that is why the answer is 29. You can see it for yourself. Alright, so take note of the way each of these things are done, alright, so that you can solve questions in your textbook. Supposing we want to get this number 4, alright, and the question mark is placed there instead of the number. So we are going to make use of the extreme numbers, the 5 and the 21. Alright, also remember the 1 on the right hand side. So the first thing you try to do when you are solving this to get what is in the missing position, so you first of all subtract that 1. So what do you get? You have a 20. Then to now get that missing number 4, you have to divide 20 by 5. Alright, so 20 divided by 5, that gives us a 4. Alright, now let's look at the middle example. Supposing we want to get the number in this position when given the 29 and also the 5. Very easy. The first thing we do is to start with the 29. Alright, 29 added to that 1 on the left, that gives us 30. So that's the first thing you do. Now the 30 is therefore divided by the given 5. So 30 divided by, divided by 5, that will give us 6. So that's how you get it, 6. Now let's look at section D, the last section. Alright, this G symbol has a 19 inside. At that position of 19, what do we do to get 19? Alright, when you look at 13 and 6, what comes to mind is to add up. So we add up 6 plus 13, that gives us 19. So that is how you get the number in that position, 19. So the next one here is how to get 13. So you subtract 6 from 19 to get 13. It's as simple as that. All right, so that's how you get 13. What about the first 6? To get the 6 is you need to subtract 13 from your 19. All right, so this is just to add or subtract. So 19 minus 13 gives us 6. To get the 1, all right, that's not difficult at all. We have to divide the 6 by the other 6 at the extreme end. All right, so 6 divided by 6, that gives us 1. So that's how you get the 1. And to get the other 6, you simply multiply the 1 by the 6, and so that gives us 6. So this is all we can take on this video. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.